Right, good morning everybody. It's nice and early here. So today's job, we're out with a Hasselblad for the first morning. It's a bit wet right now, hopefully that's going to clear. We're off to, we're going to go to Hatfield Forest. My lift has literally just turned up, as you can see. So yeah, off we go. So today's job is just to go for a walk. First walk I've been out with a camera for quite a few months. And it's just to enjoy the Hasselblad, take some first images and see what happens. So yeah, let's get out of the rain and the dark and I'll see you there. So made it to Hatfield Forest, just set up for my first shot. We're just shooting at the little lake that's here. It's fairly grey morning this morning, but it's just nice to get out, stretch the legs. Like I said before, earlier, it's been a long time since I've been out, so it's nice to get out. So yeah, set my Hasselblad up for the first time, first image. So we're just shooting the lake with the old farm building or cottage building or coach building in the background. It's quite a lot of, quite mid-tone image, not a lot of lights, not a lot of darks, very subtle, nothing super amazing, but it's just nice to get the first image. So far the camera is lovely to use, it's very intuitive, so you won't be able to see the screen from there, but I'll show you the image in a moment. I'm using focus peaking, orange colour just to get my focus. I'm shooting f11, ISO 64 at a sixth of a second, just to get a nice shot. So here's the image, nothing exciting, but first image with the Hasselblad. So yeah, so we're out Hatfield Forest. Just walk round from that first image that I showed you. I just sort of take a moment just to express myself a little bit. So this is my first time out with a camera for a couple of months. First proper time out with the lads, having a proper walk since last year. As some of you may or may not know, I've been unwell for the last year and I'm still not healthy, so I'm still going through treatment. And it's a real privilege to be able to get out of the house, get out of hospital and be out. And there's nothing like being out in the field, being in the fresh air. And I'm listening to the birds this morning. Slightly grey morning, but it's okay. Fresh air is lovely, just going for a walk. So yeah, it's really nice to be out and be out using my new gear as well. So let's talk about the Hasselblad while we're at it. So yeah, so far done one or two images. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of kit to use. It's really lovely to use in the hand and on the tripod. I'm using it on tripod mounted today, which is really good. So far it's very intuitive. The menu is very intuitive. A few little things I need to get kind of the hang on of, things like focusing and zooming in and pinch zooming, getting, working out how to zoom different levels. I'm not sure I've got that yet, or I'm misunderstanding it. But the menu system is very intuitive to use. And it's just very lovely to use as well. And the gold button, that's lovely. That's really nice to press, which I'll show you. Yeah, so it's just nice to be out and about. So just set up for my next shot. So we've walked round from the side of the lake and we've come across this tree, which is really yellow and in blossom, starting to come out. It's not massively open, but it's getting there. I just really like it. So what I've decided to do is to focus in close onto some of these little buds. So we've got some that are opening and some that are just about to open. They're all really beautiful. So I've picked out one and framed up my composition. This front bud here, this little pattern, with the tree in the background and then the little path that just leads off to the left through the corner of the image. So this is it on the back of the screen. you can see just about. See me in the shadow. So I've gone for an f4 aperture, so to keep that just that front bud sharp, and then everything else just to blend out of depth of field, just using that Hasselblad medium format sensor to just blend everything else, using the lens, seeing what the bokeh's like and the softness. I mean, it looks nice on the back of the screen, so we'll see. And then as for setting up and using the actual Hasselblad itself, so the first thing I tend to do is to get the tripod and everything roughly in the right place, obviously, and then align my composition. I'm going to check my level, make sure we're vertically level. I always tend to clear the screen when I'm working, so I want a nice clear screen so I can see what's going on. And then, yeah, it's really quite intuitive to use the touch screen and the camera itself. So first thing I do is once I've got my rough composition on the screen, I zoom into the bit I want to focus. I'm using manual focus, which is front ring on the lens. So I'm just focusing up to get that absolutely perfect to where I want it, which is lovely. Then I'm going to check my exposure, so then I bring up everything, choose my f-stop, which I'm using the little front ring on the 907X as my f-stop adjustment. So I've gone to f4 because I want kind of most of this sharp, most of that bud sharp, but everything else out. And then the second ring on the lens, the one closest to the body, is actually a customizable ring, which is lovely. So I've set that to my time value, so I can then just adjust my time value, which was shooting at a 60th of a second, to adjust my exposure. So I'm shooting on the metering mode. I'm slightly underexposed because I want to keep those highlights, and I know I've got that detail that I can come back. And then I'm using my lovely gold button, which is just a joy to use. It's just an absolute pleasure to use. Can't believe it's just lovely. So I'm using that to fire with, and then fire away, and off we go. The camera on the tripod is I still can't believe how beautiful the camera is on the tripod, how diddy it is, how tiny it is. The screen is lovely to use and to look at. Almost wish it was a bit bigger. I think that to see, I think having the 5D SR that I've been using, the screen is bigger on that, but the quality of this is much, much better. So yeah, I almost feel I want it a bit bigger. The one thing I haven't got the hang of yet is this zooming in to focus. It seems to be, at the moment, whether I've got the settings wrong, I'll have to look at this, is that when you double tap and you zoom in, you can move around, but there's no pinch to zoom. I thought there was. I need to look at that and see how we're going. But so far, it's a really simple, intuitive system. It's quite straightforward, you know. I mean, when you understand what you're doing with cameras, setting your aperture, your ISO, and your time values, all quite straightforward. The metering mode seems to be working quite well, the inbuilt meter, which is really nice. Very reliant on that, otherwise you've got to do handheld meters. Yeah, it's really lovely. I like looking at it. I just like looking at my camera. Okay, so here's the shot. So we've just moved on a little bit. It's a little bit later in the morning now. It's gone 9, I think. Sun's starting to break through a little bit. We've just walked up the river a little bit, and we've come across this scene which I really, really like. So we've got the river here, and we've got this bank of trees. We've got this really majestic big tree sitting through here, which is just quite magnificent. We've got these little birch trees, white, and then right in the background there we've got this kind of tree covered in ivy with some red leaves around it, which is just really stunning. So I've done kind of a big scene of that, shooting across there, and I've done a bit of a study of that big magnificent tree in the background. That is there as well. yeah, it's nice when the sun comes out. I mean, it's not amazing light. I'm hoping the dynamic range and the colour rendition in the Hasselblad will bring it to full, you know, will really help bring the image out together. So yeah, so this is what we're looking at here. So I'll move you around. I love this. You can just see it here. This colour contrast here set between these birch trees is really, really lovely. And then this great big magnificent tree here set in the background. So I've done a study of that, and hopefully that comes out. So Office Anthony here. So as you can see from this image, it really isn't anything special. I think it's pretty rubbish, very bland, just not a very good image at all. As for the magnificent tree, that didn't come out whatsoever. Not worth processing, and certainly not worth your time to see. Disappointing, but it's good to take images. Good practice anyway. So just setting up for the my final shot of the day, I think. Just heading back to the car, and we've seen this scene. So we've got this big tree here, quite bare, and then this tree that's bent over here, leading into the woods that are behind, with that nice white brush in the background. I just like it. It's a very simple scene, set up quite straightforward. I just quite like it. I like the texture in the sky. There's quite a lot of detail now, quite a lot of different tones going on, so that might be quite nice once we get it in post to have a little play with. So yeah, let me try and sum up my thoughts on the Hasselblad, how I found it shooting. I really like it. I really enjoy it. Thankfully, obviously, it's been a real joy to use. A bit getting used to with the different things. One thing I really like is it's got focus peaking to it, so you can choose the colour, and as you focus manually, it brings in the edges that are in focus. So that's been quite helpful to use. The screen's really lovely. It's very clear. It's very bright. I almost feel like I want it a little bit bigger. The one thing I've noticed is I'm underexposing every shot a little bit just to keep those highlights in. But then on the screen, the darks are it's quite hard to see the darks in the light, in the sunlight. So I'm having to, as I line up my exposure and my composition, I'm tending to open the aperture fully, so the screen image is nice and bright. And then compose my image, get it how I want it, and then I can set my aperture, and then I set my shutter speed to get the exposure that I want and bring it down so those highlights don't clip. Once I've used the camera a little bit and got the raw files back indoors, I can see how much highlight I can recover. So if it does blow out a little bit, I know I've got a little bit of recovery I can do, but just at the moment, until I'm there, I think that's the element that I'm doing. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah, I mean, it's really nice. I'm still struggling a little bit with the focus, as in zooming in. You double tap the screen and it zooms in to one thing. You can move it around, but I kind of want to be able to zoom in and out. I'll have to have a look at that, see if that's possible, and what I need to do that. But generally, it's really, really simple and easy to use and straightforward. I mean, it's a camera, so manual mode, you set your ISO, which I've shot at all, because I'm tripod mounted, I've shot at ISO 64 all morning. You set your aperture, so I've used the various apertures between, obviously the shots earlier, the depth of field I was shooting at f4, most I'm shooting at f11. I've shot this one at f22, so I can see what the lens does at a slightly smaller aperture, and then the shutter speed takes care of itself depending on the exposure that I want to achieve. I mean, it's a really beautiful camera to use. It's beautiful to look at. It's beautiful touch. Very intuitive. Very simple to use. It's not complicated. One of my friends is using a mirrorless SLR, and he's had trouble with focusing and clicking off. And I look at the menu, and there's so many different options and buttons and things to press. It's just like, what on earth? I like the simplicity of it. I like the pure simplicity of just your ISO, your shutter speed, and your f-stop. There's nothing more than that, and then really good. Feels confident in the hand to use. The metal construction, the feel of the focus ring and the custom ring and the little clicks of the adjustment ring on the side just feels solid in the hand, and yeah, it was an absolute pleasure to use. Using it on the Arca Swiss Cube with those fine movements is a joy, as always has been and always will be for me. I love that slow, meditative approach to taking images and really composing and refining and getting those images perfect before you press that shutter button. And having the shutter button as a cable release, like I've said before, is a big fan. I'm a big fan of, and I just enjoy just clicking away. It's just you know, just a joy and a pleasure. So far, so impressed with the camera, as in technical usage, how to use it, how it feels in the hand, just the aesthetics of it. And I'm looking forward to getting home now and having a look at some images on the computer and seeing how they come out. So I'm going to sign off from now. If there's any more images, I will show them. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Watch my journey through with Hasselblad, and hopefully in the next video I might get it on the Cambo and start using the movements with it. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.